Good morning, it is Tuesday, March 29th, and I'm almost completely sure I got the day right this time. Today, I had the honor of explaining to you what EV points from the Pokemon games are. If you have never heard the system before, all Greek to you, perfect. Great video for you, watch it. If you know exactly how the system works, understand it perfectly, or you're just here to make fun of me, watch it anyway and like it. EV points stand for effort value points, or EPs as some call it, just effort points because they want to feel special and think they actually have a life. EVs can make a difference of 64 on your overall stats. That's a very big amount. Now, EVs are not hard at all to gain. I mean, all you have to do is beat any Pokemon in the game. Every Pokemon, everything you battle in the entire game, other than over Wi-Fi or battling an actual person, gains you EVs. There are specific EVs for each stat. There's HP, Attack, Special Attack, Defense, Special Defense, and Speed. My favorite example to use for EVs is Zubat. Zubat's a very commonly occurring Pokemon, gives you 1 Speed EV. Now, every time you beat Zubat, that Pokemon you beat it with will gain 1 Speed EV. That EV is then counted and very, very difficult to get rid of. Now, what it will do is once you beat 4 Zubats, or any Pokemon that give out 1 Speed EV, you will get a +1 on your Speed stat when you level up. Some Pokemon like Golbat are more efficient for EV training simply because of the fact they give out more than 1 EV. They give out 2 Speed EVs instead of 1 Speed EV. Though some Pokemon like Unknown give out 2 different types of EVs. Unknown gives out 1 Attack EV and 1 Special Attack EV. Each Pokemon can get up to 510 EVs, however only 255 on 1 stat. This means say you're training a Weavile. Now you beat 255 Zubats, you now have maxed out the amount of Speed EVs you can get. And then 128 Donphans, because they give out 2 Attack EVs. You've now maxed out all the EVs you can get on your Weavile. It's very, very important that you keep track of EVs. If you want your Pokemon to be good in the long run, I do suggest you EV train. Now, if you haven't really thought about it, EV training will take a very, very long time. There are, however, much more efficient ways to EV train. Have you ever seen any item that says promotes growth, however cuts speed? Example, the Macho Brace, or the Power Brace, or Power Band, Power Belt, Power anything? These items increase the efficiency of your EV training greatly. The Macho Brace doubles the amount of EVs you're getting as long as the Pokemon battling is holding it. Which means if you're holding the Macho Brace and you beat a Golbat, you get a +1 on your level up speed every time you beat one. However, in the 4th gen, items were introduced that are much better than the Macho Brace. They're called the Power Items. They give you 4 EVs every time you beat a Pokemon depending on the type of Power Item. Say the Power Anklet, since we're talking about Speed EVs so much. The Power Anklet will give you 4 Speed EVs every time you battle a Pokemon. It doesn't matter which Pokemon it is, if you battle a Donphan you'll get +2 on your attack and +4 on your speed. However, you will still get the regular EVs from the Pokemon you battled, so be very careful. The maximum EVs you can get in one battle are 7. A lot of fully evolved Pokemon do give 3 EVs. Combine that with the Power Item, you can get 7 EVs in one battle. That makes EV training primarily take 10 seconds. Another great way to EV train quickly is remember the little supplement such as protein, iron, calcium, zinc, carbos. Every time you give one of those to a Pokemon, it gives you 10 EVs for the specific stat it raises. You can only give these up to 100 EVs to a Pokemon. If the Pokemon already has 100 EVs, you can't use these on them at all. And if the Pokemon already has 90 EVs on that stat, you can only give it 1 for that stat. Which means it's always better to use the supplements immediately after breeding. Another thing very interesting about EVs, so you might know the anti-vitamin berries, as they're commonly called. I've never actually dealt with them before because they take way too freaking long to get, and if you EV train in the right places, you don't have to worry about messing up. I'll have a link down there about specifically EV training, which places in certain games explains the best places to EV train so only certain Pokemon come up. I'll also have a link to a page consisting of the anti-vitamin berries and how to fix bad EVs. The anti-vitamin berries do the exact opposite that supplements do. They will cut the amount of EVs by 10, so if you screw up, you can fix it. And that's pretty much all there is to EVs. If I haven't done a sufficient job of explaining myself, you can go to Sarabi.com, Maryland.com, Smoggin.com, anything like that. They have articles describing EVs, IVs, whatever. Thank you.